Ok, pues a gustar. Ya no se va cómo están. Estás viendo lo de la parte del costado, ¿ves? Acá está la parte del corazón derecho y el corazón izquierdo y ahí las válvulas que se abren, ¿sí? I mean, you have been trying to lose weight for how long?
A long time.
Forever. And it's not that you don't try or you don't...
It's just that sometimes some people really can't lose the weight, you know, you just stay at a standstill and it's like, I don't want to go through this anymore, you know, all the pain and, you know, it's so not degrading, but just, you know, self-defeating when you feel like you can't do anything, you feel helpless. You know, I can't tell you how many times I cried, you know, because I couldn't even walk to the bathroom, you know, and I just don't want to go through that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
The way we work is we don't want to rush into things. We like to plan ahead. I'm not saying that you need to transplant next week. I'm not saying you need to transplant this year or next year, but it's something that should be in the discussion, should be planned. Because you had told me someone told you, you know, you are too old. That is not true. That's why I'm bringing all this out right now.
I agreed with them.
Yeah. That you are too old?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
I think there's a heart out there for somebody else that should have it.
Well,
a young person. I've lived my life.
okay. All right. Let me. Walking 7 miles per week, is that still the case?
Oh no, it's the last 2 weeks, what, 15,000?
15 miles per
Oh.
week?
No, he's not doing 15 miles per week. He did what about? He got up to 9
miles.
almost
Wow.
9.
Last
Walking.
week.
That's a lot for you. That's really good.
My name is Leon Hooker, Jr. I received my heart at UCLA September 10, 2016. My heart was failing and everything looked really bad. And he says that you better get your affairs in order. So my wife started to cry and cry. But me, I didn't cry. I knew that I was going to make it, and I knew that it would be okay.
My name is Sharon Morris. I would go by Sharon Hooker, but decided as an elementary school teacher that I had planned to keep my maiden name. But I am married to Leon, and we've been married for 35 years. This is really a very comfortable, lazy boy recliner, that I could have sat in, but I knew that he was still sitting there and I could not sit there. So I never did when he was in the hospital.
I don't think nobody when they come visit, they don't sit in the chair.
No, this is, it was a place for him to be, and I knew, that he would be back to sit in it, so I did not sit in the chair. But we tried, to have a lot of low fat. Like this is boneless, skinless turkey breast that I roasted. Light mayo. And I'm going to the grocery store. I wish I could buy organic, but that's a little bit more expensive. So I, have my coupons. I look for things on sale. Whereas Leon, he's just picking up whatever he finds. Because eating healthier can be expensive. I like pork, but Leon doesn't care too much for pork chops, so we don't have that, you know, too often. Every once in a while we have lamb. Now this is going to be tricky. Oh, I knew that wasn't going to work. What we'd probably like to do is to maybe take a cooking class together.
People want to, improve their health, lower their healthcare costs, and improve the health of the country overall. Then they can use nutrition to their benefit by really incorporating a lot more fresh produce. When it comes to heart disease in particular, there's a lot of research and studies to show that, low-fat plant-based diets in particular are incredibly useful and helpful to reverse heart disease. From an environmental standpoint, a lot of these people who are living in poverty or in lower income neighborhoods, they're also living in food deserts, meaning they just don't have access to healthy foods and sufficient resources of fresh produce.
Suddenly there are a lot of patients with different types of jobs, and a lot of them are at risk of having heart disease. People who work at night, for example, that interferes with their sleeping habits. People that drive long hours, they're more exposed to eat unhealthy foods.
Well, before I used to work for a company in Long Beach, gas company, hauling gas, and that was scary. But I didn't like that job. I like night driving because there's hardly no traffic. Like from 6 until 3 or 4 in the morning, something like that. I must have seen at least 30 doctors a day, or nurses, maybe more. And I was getting, they would stick me all night with blood, lab work, alternate, and stick another needle, and they go this way into your heart. It was uncomfortable. Oh man. I would start to shake, trembling. Meanwhile, I couldn't walk. That's why I got really sick. When I weighed at 300, and I went down to 209. So I was there for like 5 or 6 months. I couldn't eat. I couldn't use the restroom. Couldn't get up. Lost my voice. So when I'm trying to have pain, they couldn't hear me.
He calls me and says they found a heart, and I was just, I don't know, just thank you. Thank you, God, thank you, thank you. Thank you, the doctors, it was just, it was just like, this is really going to happen, and you need to come now.
Another important issue, social evaluation. They need just to have good family support, because going through transplant is a very complex process. Many times the patient will be sick and they need to be helped by, usually it's a family member or other caregivers, but this is a strong commitment that the family and caregivers have to have.
All my life, I always had people that stuck behind me. My wife and my sister, so they knew they had a really good support team. Been married for 35 years, and I could say educated and smart. Don't tell nobody that though. But they knew her. She would take all the answers, and she would question the doctor, so they really loved her, and they would do anything for her. You could see when I'm in the hospital, she comes see me. That's my wife. That's my wife. She came to see me all the time. I could have died. She said, no, Leon, you can't die on me. That was her. And everybody loved her.
To see him like that, but now, I have to look at the pictures. Now I'm just so focused on, as I said, living every day and seeing what he can do now. A blessing from God. Yeah, that's the only way that I can explain it.